The development of Bronny James in the NBA has to be one of, if not the best story of the NBA this season. Now, I've been a supporter of Bronny James this entire season. I do not want him to fail. I do not want him to go through what he's going through right now. All the hate is just unreasonable. So to the Stephen A's who are hating on him for being a 55th round pick rookie, expecting so much out of him his rookie season is kind of crazy. But the development of him this season is a sight to see. Him going off for 40 points in the G League, him having 17 points and a really nice stat line on 70% shooting in the NBA against the Bucks, and pulling off a really nice move on Giannis Antetokounmpo as well, is very interesting and fascinating. I think seeing him perform really well at a very high level after his season at USC, not doing too good, he had a couple plays on defense especially that he would make that, were eye-opening. And there's talent there. He has the defensive talent. And obviously, he has the shooter mentality, too. Like, he is lethal. Obviously, he's been doing really good in the G League with that talent. And people are going to say, oh, the G League doesn't matter. Yes, it does clearly matter. I think the people who play it down because it's the G League really don't care and watch the NBA enough. I mean, I don't watch G League games, but I know that it's as important as the NBA to these rookies, especially the rookies that were drafted a bit higher, who were more of like a reach pick, or a rookie that has the potential and they just have to get a little playing time in. Don't force them in to the big leagues, expecting some magic to happen. You know what I mean? And the same could be said about Bronny James. I mean, he was the 55th pick. The 55th pick is not like some star level talent. You're not getting a star level talent there. I've seen videos about the recent 55th picks in history. There's not like a single good one. Like, you're not expecting a LeBron James at, pun intended, at 55. You're expecting a LeBron James at 1, 2 maybe. And I get it because his dad is LeBron James. Like, that is the main thing. I understand that. All the hate around him, and I can't even imagine the amount of pressure that he has right now because his dad is LeBron James. And for him to perform with that pressure, with that hate around him, with all the stress of, trying to perform in his dad's shoes is fascinating. Like I said, it is a sight to see for him to be able to perform this well, have some of these games where like, oh, maybe he is like a really good player. Maybe LeBron was right all along. This is why Stephen A. Smith said what he said. LeBron was tweeting that Bronny is better than a lot of these rookies or G League players that are in the NBA right now. And I don't really understand why he got so much hate. I don't really get it, because I understand that there was some of those college players that came out who had better numbers, who all of that stuff, who were deserving of a selection, right? I get that side of the hate. But that happens every year. Every single year, kids just go undrafted. They don't get to go to a team. They don't get to go drafted on the first day or the second day or be able to be signed to a team at all. That happens every single year. So I guess it's like a first time for everything. I mean, a son going to an NBA team because of a certain player, right? Like LeBron James' son. He was drafted because he's LeBron James' son. So I get why people are mad about that. But that at the end of the day, he's not LeBron. And LeBron, we know that LeBron is over like a player at this point. He's more than a player. He's a player coach. He coaches the team alongside JJ Redick. He's the head coach at some points. And yeah, he is lead GM. I mean, it's a first time for everything. Like I said, this is a different point in time that we are in the NBA, where we have this caliber of a player doing these stuff with these, changing these franchises. Every franchise they touch, it revolves around LeBron James. You got to think about it. First stint with the Cavaliers, everything was centered around LeBron. Then he goes to Miami. And then there's, a super team and all that stuff. And then as soon as that super team is done for and there's not much more in Miami and he's no longer satisfied, he goes back to Cleveland. And he has more of a role there. And he gets his chip. And then as soon as Cleveland is, continuously losing to the Warriors, he goes and heads out to the Lakers. And he gets even more of freedom for his position. I mean, He is one of the most respected players ever. And so I think it's not really that big of an issue for him to have a priority in the room of where decisions are made. He's been doing this forever. People have been traded because he said so. People have been traded, to the team because he asked for them. This has also happened not only for LeBron. James Harden, for example, he gets whatever he wants. There is some backlash for that. There's some coaches that don't like that. There's some reporters that don't like that. But again, who were they going to draft at 55? Like, what are they going to get out of a 55th pick outside of like a two-way player, or like a 1-year deal to see if this guy's got anything? There's tons of undrafted guys too. It's not like they can go and sign those guys. There's nothing stopping them from doing that. They just selected Bronny James because LeBron wanted it, and obviously Bronny has all of those things that happened to him. He had cardiac arrest, and then he played the same season and had a mediocre season, yeah, but he has the upside. And the Hornets drafted Tijan Salon. No, he's not the most standout guy. We drafted him at 6, mind you. We passed on a lot of players. As a Hornets fan, if you can't tell, we passed on a lot of guys, and we draft this guy with the Giannis upside. He averaged like 7 points in France. First round pick. Granted, he has been looking good for the past couple of weeks, but no, he is raw. Developing very nicely, actually, I will say, but he is the rawest pick that you will ever see, I feel like. But that's just what happens. Raw picks happen. This isn't new. And just because LeBron James is attached to it, now people will hate on it. Now people will be like, oh, well, that's not cool. Nepotism, oh. I don't really get it. And so, yeah, I feel like that's why it's such a nice and awesome story this season. It's such a sight to see the development of Bronny James this season performing so well under all the lights, under all the pressure, all the stress, all the hate on him. I hope we get to see more development from Bronny. I hope he turns into a role player or a star for that matter. No, he's not going to be LeBron. I mean, I'm saying that now. He could be the next LeBron, but it's awesome to see what he's able to do, whether it's the G League or in the NBA. It doesn't matter. The guy is performing at a high level that I will never do, that a lot of you watching will never do. He is doing all this stuff, and I'm fascinated. I can't even imagine having to know what he's going through. You know what I mean? Like, his dad is LeBron James, the best player in basketball ever, the GOAT, and he has to fill those shoes. I can't even imagine that feeling. So I empathize a lot with Bronny. I feel like the hate around him is really just uncalled for, and I feel like, again, the story of his development and how he is performing at a high level, whether it's the G League or the NBA, is awesome to see. It really is awesome to see. But I'd like to kick it to you guys. What do you guys think about Bronny James' development in the NBA? Do you guys agree with what I'm saying, or do you have another, thing to add or anything? Let me know in the comments down below. As always, my name is Braden. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video and you want to see more, hit that subscribe button. Hit the like button as well. It really pushes the videos, and it greatly helps the channel, and I greatly appreciate it. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys have a great day. As always, take care. See you guys later. Peace.